is yours.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Abid. I hope my voice is clear. And I have to introduce Malvin in my way and to connect what he did as all the time, a wonderful speech. And I know he have a great ideas when you ask him more than the presentation. So hopefully we will have more questions for Malvin. But let me just start from Malvin. Malvin, I saw him at the United Nations wearing different clothes, sometimes African, sometimes very formal American and different. And I have a wonderful pictures with him. And Malvin in New York at the United Nations, it seems that he's looking for any influence to see any NGOs. And at the first time when I met him, I say, what is this guy doing? He's just like going, everyone knows him. He's trying to do some meetings. He's trying to say something, especially in the peak of the United Nations ECOSOC meetings, which is in June and July, the high-level meeting. And he just came from New York 2 days ago. So thank you, Malvin, for the wonderful ideas. And I'm trying to help Malvin in my presentation to see what we can do as NGOs. I totally agree that, yes, we have to believe in our power, in our humanity. We are an added value. We are very important, sometimes more than governments, more than other sectors, to solve the problems of the world. And one of the things that I like in Princeton University while I was there, we have some requirements to admit some people, some students. And one of the requirements or the programs, we have the MAP and MPP, and we ask the students to just imagine a problem in the world and how you can solve this problem. So we believe that we have a lot of added values to do in the world and in different stages. So my presentation is trying to help each other, and I assume that those who are participating with us are NGOs. What can we do? So this is an approach, in my opinion, that we can do to solve this problem. And my problem is, it's like a research question. Importance of the NGOs, the humanitarian and social sectors. We have a challenge. We have to face this challenge. We have lack of power and visibility when you're working in our side, in our field. But this weakness will be more if you are working alone. And when I was thinking of the title of this webinar, I think I wrote a title was "The Weakness of NGOs Unless They Work Together." So I am convincing that sometimes some big problems you cannot solve it alone, individually. You're not like a big organizations or non-profit academic or universities that you have this big influence. Because when I'm talking about NGOs here, we're talking about the NGOs that do working with philanthropy, humanitarian issues, not the NGOs, the non-profit in general. So we are talking about these kind of organizations. So how we can strengthen each other. So as I met Malvin and as we are speaking about the NGOs, I will be concentrating on those who have this status with the United Nations as a consultative status at the ECOSOC. And those are different articles and videos that I try to talk about my experience while I was in the United Nations and working with the NGOs. And I all the time ask myself, come on, we have 4,000 and something NGOs who are related to the United Nations. They have the power to have their voice heard. And even the United Nations, you know, the ECOSOC, when you tell them, why did you create this council and those thousands of NGOs, why you want them? They say, we want to hear their voices and to let their voices in front of the governments and all sectors. So they need our voice. And regardless of, I also saw, I think, Jordan, one of his comments, and also Malvin, when he said how the United Nations sometimes, or the visas is be treated with the NGOs. This is a right to have anyone who is a consultative status or a leader in those NGOs to go as a diplomatic to New York, because he have to have this freedom to talk and speak about the problems that are facing the world and problems that are facing our societies in this way. So this is my main concern, how we can empower our NGOs, specifically at the United Nations. Those are different examples that, like International Alliance of Non-Governmental Organizations. And I know they are doing a lot of good works in Africa and internationally. Some of them are thousands of members they have. And they have their meeting, publication, statements, conferences. But I'm talking about what can we do at the ECOSOC and economic United Nations level in my just suggestion. That's where those organizations will go to Qatar and have their voice heard, because if I don't know how many familiar with this next social development summit that will be in Qatar, but this is a big summit. It's like the second Copenhagen one, where about more than 15,000 will be there. Presidents of countries will be there, so they will have a big influence. No organization can go there now. No one can register unless if they have ECOSOC status, because the deadline for the registration is over. They will have it open for the ECOSOC status. So they have a power to go there and let their voices heard. And that's why Malvin, when he told me we want to gather, he's hoping that he can gather 700 organization NGOs to go and have their statement. What do you want to talk? What do you want to do before the summit? So this is just an examples of how we can work together. I deleted a lot of research, which is I love to do that in my work, to do research, but I deleted a lot of slides here, research that all of them are insisting and considering that NGOs, when they work together, they will be more powerful in our status. So at the ECOSOC, it's a special place. A special place for influence, because you can meet in I classified 8 types of groups. You can see them easily at the United Nations. You can see the missions, head of missions. You can see the ministers, politicians, largest NGOs. You can see academics. You can see Google leaders who thought about the artificial intelligence. You can see a lot of people there. You can see media. So it's a place where you can increase your influence and your impact as an NGO. This is, for example, the ECOSOC previous president, and we talked about some issues, the critical situation that is facing the United Nations, and she's open to hear from us. They wanted to hear from us. I know not all of them will do that. Some of the missions there say, "You're NGO. We don't care about you. We wanna do advocacy and lobbying to other politicians. You're not that much power or strong." So I think we have to think about what to do while we are engaging in these, on those in the United Nations level, and different people that you can meet. I had 2 weeks ago, we have a webinar about ECOSOC in detail, where I talked about all these people that, or categories we can meet. So this is very powerful to get access to the UN and to get your voice heard. Now, one of the challenges that it's only few NGOs who got engaged in the United Nations, and sometimes when you look at them, they are the largest ones. You can see World Vision, you can see Islamic Relief. I didn't see them, but you can. Qatar Foundation, one of the largest Qatari organizations. You can see World Oxfam, Save the Children, and they're doing a good work in a limited days. My idea is, if they don't get together, they will keep a limited influence. So I am asking what Malvin is calling as well, that how we can have more collaboration, more partnership together to have our voice more heard, and strengthen our advocacy efforts in these. Because I don't want to talk about the challenges. Maybe Malvin, we talked to that a lot. But if you wanna hire someone to be in New York, or a delegation, that's a lot of money, especially in this in time, and this needs a budget. And in order to get that in all, because when you get the annual pass that Malvin have, if he can go specific, basically he can enter the United Nations building every day, and he can attend a lot of sessions every day. But how he will have that time, and how he will have that by himself as a one NGO. So I think we really have to get together to have more influence and more partnership in NGOs. So these are just different examples that we are talking about. Those are the big NGOs that we saw at the UN. Maybe they can do something more. Malvin has a wonderful WhatsApp group, Telegram group, trying to put those together. But I know that will be a first steps to a long way to have to achieve our goal, to have more influence in our field. Those are different. I want to end with this one, or maybe the next slide, because this is a big challenge, is that yeah, this one. The NGOs are.
Sامر, you have 2 minutes.
Yeah, I'm concluding with this one. This is my last one.
Okay.
I'm saying that in the NGOs are different in their ideologies, different in their countries, different in their goals. Some of them wanted to influence the big humanitarian map in the world, and some of them just wanted to go there and say, look, I am here, I am recognized by the UN, I am doing a lot of work. But I believe that we have, from those thousands of NGOs, we can get together, we can classify, we can forget about some differences and go into what we believe is for the better of the humanity. So thank you, Dr. Abid. And Dr. Abid, I think you should share us also some of your experience when you try to put some NGOs together, especially the humanitarian organization, and face challenges that facing you as one of the founders of biggest humanitarian organization in Washington, D.C. or in the United States as well. So thank you, Malvin. Thank you everyone for listening, and hope we will have a wonderful discussions, as I see some of them are in the chat, and looking forward to talk about them and learn from each other. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Dr.